Welcome back to another Formula One Manager 23 video. My name is CringeyJesse and today we are at Las Vegas. However, some more interesting details have come abroad. So we're going to go to our finances real quick and we're going to look at that cost cap. And I have gone over the cost cap, which is very, very sad. I looked at it earlier and I thought that I was safe in the cost cap. So I went and I did another design, which will be done in 6 days. So if I was to cancel it now, I wouldn't get hardly any money back. Let's see, I would get a total of nothing. Nothing back. So at this point, I might as well just see that through. I also have, whoops, I also have, I can't even show you, one more research that I wanted to do that I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do now. Um, so yeah. So with those designs coming in, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to manufacture them. I'm sure I will be able to with the money I have, but I've gone over the cost cap already. And this lead that Pierre Gasly has and is slowly slipping to Max Verstappen, I don't know if I should just risk it through the next two races or not. I don't know. But we are here in Las Vegas today. There is no sprint race, thank goodness, which means no more sprint races for the rest of the season, and we can just jump into these last two races. Well, starting with Las Vegas in this video. Anyway, I will see you guys in qualifying. Here comes Pierre Gasly to come across the line with a 135.2, and Sophie will be half a second slower. Here comes Pierre Gasly. Set his time, go back up to P2, so he is safe. Here comes Sophie to set her time, goes up to P7. Here we have Pierre Gasly racing down to the line to set the time to beat here in Q2, and that time to beat will be a 134.9 as Sophie comes across little over half a second to him. Anyway, Gasly comes across the line, doesn't really improve. Sophie, so close, Sophie. And here comes Pierre Gasly to set his final time here. And that time will put him up into P2006. Right behind Max Verstappen.
We're all ready to go in Las Vegas. It's lights out and away we go.
Pierre Gasly starting P2 with not the greatest start, as it already looks like Russell's trying to take that spot away from him. Just kind of hoping he could get up in front of Max there at the first corner. Sophie, however, she's up into P10. She had a great start as she moves from P12 to P10 here in front of Albon, I'm going to assume. That was in front of her. But she is now looking at the back end of Charles Leclerc. Alright, here comes Gasly into the pit lanes. Verstappen boxed earlier, so they're not side by side. So we're going to see if he can get out in front of him. And he's going to have a 3-second, as here comes Flourish as well. She's up that high because of boxers as well. We have Gasly looking like he's going to come out P2 in front of Verstappen by a whole 2 seconds. But 11 seconds behind Theo Pourchaire, who still leads this race. And back down here, we have Sophia. She is right behind Verschoor, who she was trying to catch up at one point. But down at a P15, oh, I'm really hoping she can get her spot back up into the points. And he had it for a second, it looked like. He doesn't have it anymore. We'll have to try again later. Or maybe have Sophie take it so that Verstappen doesn't have it. Charles Leclerc once again trying for the pass. Sophie keeping it side by side. Her will-to-will racing has gotten better. This is the longest she's done it, as they are now 12 seconds ahead of Albon and now fighting for P9, P10. I didn't even see that they got that spot back from somebody. Obviously, somebody had boxed. But now fighting for P10 and P9 is Leclerc and Sophie, as they are almost 4 seconds behind P8. And, oh, still side by side is Flo with Charles Leclerc. Never mind. Charles said never mind. So, he shut that window. Sophie coming back, though, with the DRS. Up into P9. Once again, shutting that window, so there's no side by side through these long turns here. And the final lap has begun here, with Gasly still leading many, and I mean many laps of straight fighting here, as we take a look at Flo, who is in front of Zhou, who has gotten in front of Leclerc and messed up that race for Leclerc, but has not messed it up for Sophie, as we are sitting here on the last lap. 1.2 seconds in front of Zhou, sitting in P9, but there's a penalty for Sophie. What did I miss? What did I miss? There's absolutely no way I missed something that important. There's just no way. As we take a look, Pierre Gasly, he's still leading, which is good, and looks like he's going to come down to the start-finish line to finish this race in P1 here in Las Vegas. That was an if my videos could be an hour long, I would show you the intensity of that fight. So as of right now, though, it does not look like, oh, Sophie was so close. Where did she get the penalty from? I don't understand.
Let's check the flag. That's P9.
I don't understand. I didn't see anything. I didn't see a yellow flag. I didn't see a touch. Brother.
And with that, Pierre Gasly has secured this year's title. It's another career podium for Pierre Gasly, having battled really hard to earn that place.
The wins just keep coming and coming. We'll be running out of superlatives at this rate, Crofty.
And there's not much that rivals the Las Vegas Grand Prix when it comes to the podium presentation.
And that is... oh, snap. Anyway, that is your Las Vegas Grand Prix. Sophia Flores. We're going to start at the top, though. Pierre Gasly with the win here in Las Vegas. Not only did he win the race, he has won the Drivers' Championship, as you have heard Crofty say there at the end of the race. Max Verstappen getting P2, Kevin Magnussen getting P3. Theo Pourchaire, George Russell, Yuki Tsunoda, Richard Verschoor, Oscar Piastri, Zhou Guanyu, and Sophia Flores. She got 2 points today for coming in 10th with the fastest lap. She was fighting for 9th. I don't know where that penalty came from. Honest to God, I really don't. I show y'all almost all of the yellow flags, especially if it affects my drivers. But I didn't see it. I did not see it. I didn't see a yellow flag come out for nothing. I didn't see her touch. What's his name? I just didn't see it. I don't know where it came from. She was in P9, and honestly, I really thought she was going to get passed by Sergio Perez. But luckily, She did not with the penalty. She does get P10. She gets her first 2 points of the season. That's one challenge down. Points in her first season. Anyway, Sergio Perez gets P11. Charles Leclerc, Alexander Albon, Daniel Ricciardo, Lando Norris, Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon, Mick Schumacher, Carlos Sainz, and Lance Stroll did not finish. That was another one. I didn't see the yellow flag for that one either. It was just, I think he just retired. I'm not sure. It just happened out of nowhere. Moving on to the drivers, your driver champion winner for the 2026 season with a total of 467 points on the year. Pierre Gasly wins it for Haas. Max Verstappen will take second place because there's just no way that Oscar Piastri, who sits in third, will be able to take that. And Oscar Piastri will take third because there's just no way Kevin Magnussen will take that. I just don't see it happening. Sergio Perez in fifth, Zhou Guanyu, Esteban Ocon, George Russell moving up 2 spots today, Charles Leclerc dropping down to P9, and Valtteri Bottas dropping down to P10. Then we have Carlos Sainz still in P11, Lando Norris, Lance Stroll, Theo Pourchaire, Daniel Ricciardo, Alexander Albon, Richard Verschoor, Yuki Tsunoda, Mick Schumacher dropping down to P19, getting passed by his teammate Yuki, and Sophia Flores still in P20, but with 2 points to her name. Everybody has scored a point in this season. Love it. Moving on to the constructors, Red Bull has most definitely won the constructors championship, sitting at 575 points for the season. Has moved up back to P2 with 469 points. Alpine dropping down to P3 with 467 points. So, Abu Dhabi will tell us if we got P2 or P3 for this season with Haas. Ferrari moving up a spot to P4 today, with McLaren dropping down to P5, Alfa Romeo in P6, Mercedes in P7, and AlphaTauri moving up to P8, dropping Aston Martin down to P9. They are tied, so that's going to be a good little battle to watch as well. And for P4, McLaren and Ferrari as well. Williams finally making it into the double digits with 15 points. I think it's safe to say that they will indeed be P10 in the constructors after this season ends. And that, my friends, was the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It was a very, very exciting battle between Pierre Gasly and Max Verstappen, but Pierre Gasly coming out with the W, with the Drivers' Championship. Ugh. We did it. We did it. Sophia Flores getting her first points of the season. So she's got her 2 points. And with the designs coming up, we are barely over our debt thing. So I don't know if I'm going to put them on. I really don't. It would definitely secure P2 for Haas in the constructors. But I really just don't think it's worth putting on and wasting that money, because I have to manufacture them, and I don't think it's the right thing to do right now. But anyway, we'll figure that out in the next video. Until then, if you like this one, please hit that like button, and if you can't wait for Abu Dhabi, hit that subscribe button. Abu Dhabi is the last race of the season for the 2026 season before we move on to the 2027 season, and where we hope that Sophia Flores has improved. And obviously, you know, Pierre Gasly probably going to look for his second drivers. Probably. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm sorry that I just sucked snot back up my nose on the microphone. Thank you for watching. Whatever you do outside of YouTube, I hope you have fun doing it, and I can't wait to see you next time.